Hello, we are live. Baby Laura just woke up from her nap. She was totally asleep, and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna go live, and she's like, I'm awake, so we're gonna go live together. So she loves that because she can like see herself and see me, and of course that would happen. You were sleeping and nursing, and now it's all okay. You're being yucky. You're being yucky. This is starting out really nice. You want to go back to sleep? You just want to sit here and look at yourself and spit up? Yeah. Oh my goodness, mom life, right? I've said this before, but like all my little girls have been spit up babies. My boys, not as much. Bo was a little bit though. If you guys remember, some of you remember, I would go live and he would do the same thing. He'd be like, but she's obviously gaining weight just fine, even though she's a spit up baby. It's all good. We're gonna roll with it. Okay, I'm gonna jump in and start answering questions from the last several weeks. First question, do you still have to get up for night feeds? Just looking at your total sleep. So I don't necessarily like get up. We don't like get up and like go to a recliner or anything like that, but we do co-sleep most of the time. So like last night, for instance, we co-slept until about like 1 o'clock in the morning, and then she woke up and was just kind of awake, and I was wanting to sleep and she wanted to nurse and hang out. So we laid there, nursed, tried to get her back to sleep. She was like, nope. So I just went, laid her in her crib, and then she went back to sleep. So we kind of like half co-sleep, half crib sleep. So she just kind of nurses throughout the night. But I've noticed when she sleeps in her crib, when I wake up and pump milk, because I always like start the day just pumping milk and getting ready for the day, I will pump like 10 ounces or more of milk whenever she is in her own crib. But if we co-sleep all night, then I might pump like 5-6 ounces. So I definitely know that whenever we're co-sleeping, she's kind of just eating all throughout the night because I pump less milk in the morning. But I don't necessarily like wake up. I'm usually like half sleeping, half awake. But I do notice so I wear this ring. It's like the coolest ring ever. It tells like everything about everything. Like it tells my sleep, my steps, everything. If I could figure out how to link it on here, I would. I probably could, but I don't know how to do it. I'll probably mess it up. Yeah, I can actually. That's funny. Anyway, I'm gonna see if I can figure this out. I noticed that on my app that whenever I co-sleep, I sleep a lot lighter than whenever she's in her crib. It's just kind of a mom thing, I think. Like whenever the baby's like in our bed, then I sleep a lot lighter than whenever she's in her crib. All right, let's see if I did this right. Did I do it? I am still new to this TikTok live stuff. I don't know if I did it or not, but that's the ring that I wear and I love it. I don't know if I did it. Sorry, I'm still playing. Oh yeah, I can do it. I can pin. Huh, that's pretty cool. TikTok's kind of neat. Oh yeah, there it is at the bottom. So it's really cool. It tells like everything about your sleep and your steps, and but whenever like last night, it looked like I was up a lot, and then I put her in her crib, and I was like sleep, like deep sleep. So I know I sleep a little bit lighter whenever she's in bed with me, but it works. Okay, next question. When all of your kids are swimming, how do you keep them all safe? I feel so overwhelmed with 2 in the pool. That's a good question. I am a big fan of counting heads, and I think I just kind of know. Like whenever my kids are swimming, we have this like hard rule that an adult has to be outside all the time. So whenever the kids are swimming, like I'm outside, my husband's outside, or possibly like my 17-year-old. That's usually about the only people I trust to be out there when the kids are swimming, because you're right, it is stressful. And we have a cover that covers the whole pool when we're not in it. And so the second that the last person is out of the pool, the cover goes right back on it. And so that makes me feel a lot better about pool safety, is just that we have that cover that 100% covers the pool every time the last person is out. But whenever they're swimming, I seriously just count heads. I scan the pool. I channel back to my old lifeguard days whenever I was a lifeguard way back in college. And I just scan the pool like over and over and over, and I count heads. So that's kind of how I do it. But yeah, you're right. It is stressful to have kids in the pool. It's, you have to just kind of take a deep breath and put life jackets on the ones that are not strong swimmers, and then the ones that are strong swimmers, you just kind of have to just keep kind of a scan of where everybody is and try to not be distracted and just be out there. Because pools are so fun. My kids love swimming. They asked before they went to school today, they were like, can we go swimming when we get home? And I was like, sure, that's fine. Okay, next question. Do you cook for your children, or does Jenna do all the cooking? That's funny. Jenna loves to bake and I cook. So that's kind of how we do it. Jenna is like the fun cook. She cooks like cakes and cookies, and her cookie dough is to die for. It's so good. But I do all of the meals. She does do waffles in the morning sometimes, and she loves to add like chocolate chips to them. So she's like the fun cook, and I'm like the actual cook. We're a good team. I love that my girls especially just enjoy cooking. I think it's just really neat to watch them find their legs in the kitchen and kind of just enjoy cooking and making things. And my younger kids are into baking, but they're more of like experimenting baking. Like they see crazy recipes on TikTok or wherever, and then they like want to make the recipe, and it usually turns into just a big mess, but it's part of it, I guess. Let's see, next question. Do you have help from a nanny, or how do you stay organized? So I don't have a nanny, but I think I'm kind of naturally organized. I could be more organized. There's always room for improvement, right? But it's okay, Bruno. Lay down. It's okay. Lay down. It's okay. My German Shepherd's right here. He senses like a car coming down the driveway, and he starts growling. But there's always room for improvement for organizing. But right now, my little sidekick here likes whenever she's like this close to me at all times, don't you? Yeah. And so my efforts in organizing and cleaning are kind of like down here a little bit. Oops, hold on. Write a new message. I didn't kick myself off. Oh, am I still on? Okay. Lucas always calls me right whenever I'm on a live. It's so funny. He says K. Okay. I could go all day without talking to him, and then the second that I go live, he calls me every time. It's like we're on this like opposite wavelength here. Anyway, organizing and cleaning. So I try to stay as minimal as possible on like stuff in our house. I try to keep it to a minimum, but whenever you have 10 kids, like if every kid has like 4 things, that's like 40 things to manage. So I try to keep things as minimal as possible, but I am thankful that we have a lot of space for those things, because it does make it feel like overall the house is less cluttered than it probably is, because we just have a lot of space to spread out. But I do a lot of like 5-minute cleanups. Do you like watching me duck? In the morning, I do a pickup, and then usually like right now, like when I put Bo to bed, I do a pickup, and then before bedtime, I do a pickup. And if the kids are around, they help me. We put music on, we make it fun, and we all just work together and get the house picked up. And then every once in a while, I'll just make a list of like things that need to be done. Like today, I have a list that, you know, when the kids get home from school, if they could help me, like take the trash to the shop, help me wipe down the pantry. Inga and Evie need to pick up their room. I walked up there and I was like, I love making their beds. Like, I love, like, whenever they get to come home and their room is, like, nice and picked up. But I was like, nope, you guys need to do your part and then I'll do my part. Because right now, both of their room is, like, it looks like they were trying to pick out an outfit, and which is probably exactly what was happening. And there's just, like, clothes everywhere. And so once they can pick up their clothes off the floor, then I will go up there and make their beds and straighten up their rooms. But right now, it's a mess. But anyway, so I guess what I'm saying is I try to keep my home minimal. I do a little bit each day, and I think I like the saying, a place for everything and everything in its place, because I try to just put things where they go. I try to get rid of things if they're not being used, if they're broken. If drawers are stuffed full, or like if my closet is stuffed full, it's time to donate or get rid of things. I don't like to just keep things to keep things. I think that I throw things away almost too easily. I don't get attached to much stuff anyway. Like I don't like, I'll just get rid of something. You know, I don't like get emotionally attached to things. You know, I love my wedding ring, but like other than that, I don't really care much about things. So that helps me downsize a lot. Okay, next question. Are you still fasting? Sorry if you've mentioned it. I've missed your story this week. So I would say I'm still intermittent fasting, but not as strict as I was at the beginning. I definitely noticed that I was like dropping 1 to 2 pounds a week whenever I was doing a 6-hour fast. But then I started doing more of like an 8-hour fast, and now sometimes I don't even do it some days, but other days I do it. I always start out with the goal of doing a 6-hour fast, and then sometimes like in the evenings, you know, Lucas will be eating like cheese and crackers with Bo, and I'm like, oh, I'll have one, and then I'm like, oh, I broke my fast, but that's okay. It's fine. It's fine. How much is a grocery haul delivery the most you have spent? Good question. So we love grocery delivery. I actually don't even know what I would do without grocery delivery, because it saves me so much time. I sit there on Saturday and I order the things we need, and then a few hours later it just shows up at our house. Like, it's the most amazing thing. I'm so happy to be a mom in this time right now where we can have grocery delivery, because I love it so much. I just can't even tell you. We spend about $100 per person per week. So our groceries are around $1,000 a week. I know that's a lot, and I know there's ways to not spend that much. Like if I didn't order prepackaged granola bars, if I just made our granola bars, or if I didn't, you know, buy meat from the store, if we bought like, you know, a butchered cow and put it in the freezer, or, you know, if we didn't eat steak, but we ate chicken, frozen chicken. You know, there's ways to definitely save money on groceries, but convenience also is there. So, you know, if the kids make their lunches, it definitely costs more than if they eat school lunch, and, you know, different things like that. But as far as like the cost of the grocery delivery, with Walmart Plus, it's free as far as like the charge to the store, but then you tip your driver. So we always tip our driver, because the driver shops for you. Like, they pick out your produce. Like, that's so cool. And so I definitely tip our drivers, and our kids have like, they know some of the drivers like from school and stuff, and they joke that the driver's like, can you let me know when you guys are getting a grocery order, because you guys tip well. It's kind of funny. But it's just like a way to say thank you. And these people are like that's usually like a second job. Your grocery delivery people are doing this in addition to their job. So I mean, to reward them with a tip is like, yes, do that. Anyway, groceries are a lot. Groceries are one of our biggest expenses, I would say. But I love being able to do that. And I love when the kids get their favorite foods, and they love putting in their little orders for their favorite foods. Like every Saturday they'll say, like, Mom, can you get my favorite chips, or can you get this, or can you order my favorite bread, you know, like just little things. But it's just like a little way to like show love to them, and it's so fun. It's like little Christmas, you know, like to watch them when the groceries arrive and they all grab their favorites, and it's fun. So, you know, it is what it is. You know, they're healthy, they're growing, they're happy, and it's expensive though. It is definitely expensive. Okay, next question. What are your skin secrets? You always look like you are glowing. Thank you. In the past, I would say that my skincare routine was like, I just use a wipe and whatever moisturizer I have. But lately, I have been, so whenever you're a content creator, you get products. And I have been trying the products that I've been receiving like one at a time. So I've been using like this product, and then I use this product, or sometimes I love a product and then I use it a lot, and I'll promote it a lot if I love it. And lately I have been using Youth vitamin C serum, and I can't even link it on here. I've tried, but it is really good stuff, and I love that stuff. One thing I could try to link is let me see if I can figure this out. There is a under eye serum that I really like. And what are you doing? Are you wiggling around? And I have been using it, and it actually is one of those like viral products on TikTok. Here it is. It is from Marie, and it is a multi-balm stick with retinol and added to live. Done. Pin. Okay, cool. So, oops, I think I knocked my phone over. Okay, cool. I think I did it. Yeah, it's right there. Can you see it? I'm figuring this out. So it's it's from Marie, and it's a multi-balm stick with retinol and ceramide complex. And I put that under my eyes. And if I have a skin issue, I would say that it would be like my under eye area and my crow's feet, because I think whenever I smile, like that's my area that I would, if I had to improve anything, it'd be there. And I really think that in using this retinol stick, I use it morning and night under my eyes. I feel like it's making me look not as tired as I actually am. So that's a good thing. But that's my routine, is that I've been using the vitamin C serum, that little retinol stick, and then I just use a makeup wipe to remove my makeup. And I try to keep it simple, because I actually think that using fewer products on your face is good, because in my experience, if I use a lot of products on my face tends to break out more than if I just use a little bit. So I think your face likes to have less things on it. But those are the two things I've been using on my face. Next question. Has your husband ever been without a beard and mustache? Would love to see that. Yes, he was a few times. I can remember him without any facial hair, but usually it's not intentional. Like I remember one time he was shaving, and he was like, without any facial hair, but usually it's not intentional. Like I remember one time he was shaving, and he was like, shaving like how he wanted to, and he messed up on one side, and then he just decided to like shave everything. And he looks like a little boy to me whenever he shaves all his facial hair off. I don't even recognize him. But he hasn't been like that in many, many years. So, but he has a little bit. I love his facial hair. I love everyone says, why don't you tell your husband to get a haircut? Because he has like this like long, amazing hair. And I'm like, I love his long hair. And everyone says, you need to tell him to get a haircut. But I love his like long shaggy hair. I think it's cute. So whatever. How do you, let's see, next, I think I answered that one last week. That's where I left off last week. Someone was asking, how do you not feel stalked by the locals? It's a small town and I feel it, is what they asked, but I answered it last week. Basically, I was saying how I enjoy meeting people. I enjoy seeing people and visiting with them and meeting people that enjoy our page, and I don't necessarily feel stalked. I enjoy visiting with you guys. Whenever you see me out and about, say hi. I love that. I love saying hi to people that enjoy our content. Next question asked if we're high school sweethearts. We are not high school sweethearts. I was telling the kids yesterday, I was like, Mommy and Daddy have known of each other for 30 years now. Isn't that crazy? Like, we've known of each other. Like, we went to high school together, and it's been 30 years, which is crazy. We've known each other longer than we haven't known each other. But we were together after college. So we've only been together for, 17 years or so? 17 years? Only, But we've known each other, not like dating, but like known of each other for 30 years. So that's crazy. I'll tell our story. I need to like figure that out. I need to sit down with Lucas and say, we need to sit down and tell our story, because it's like the best story. It's such a great story. And I was thinking the other day, and I said this last time I was on live, but I really want to use my platform here to tell my story, but it's more of a testimony, really, and it all points to God. But I need to do a better job at telling my testimony on my platform, because it's a beautiful story, and it's not my story, it's a God story. And it does involve Lucas and I getting together. That's part of it. But I plan on doing that a lot more in the near future, because I need to. Like, it's like I would not be like using my my gifts, my talents, whatever, to the best of their ability if I skipped over that, because that's really what this is all about, is sharing my testimony on this platform, because both are from God, and it's powerful, and I need to do a better job at that. So more to come on that. But the point of that was the question about, are we high school sweethearts? We're not, but we have a really awesome story that I need to tell more of on here, and I will. Next question, are you going to have any more kids? I don't know, to be determined. Everyone always asks that, and I don't mind answering, but the answer is to be determined. Are you eating my hand? She's eating my hand. Somebody said, how do you store your extensions so they stay nice? I just wear them. I wear them all the time. My extensions are, my real hair is about here. My extensions are there. So it's about an extra 4 inches. So it helps with length, but it helps with volume too. And I like the color dimension, but I just wear them all the time. I wear halo extensions. I could probably link those too. I'm figuring this linking thing out, aren't I? But I wear them all the time, and whenever it's time to, what are you grumping about? Whenever it's time to get new extensions, I just get new ones. I don't baby these or anything like that. I actually try to not touch them as much as possible, because I found that the more, there, I added the extensions. How fun is that? I can add the things that I'm talking about, so you guys can see them in real time. That's so cool. That's the extension that I use. It's a halo extension, and it's got different dimensions in it. So that's the exact one I use, and I just get a new one. I don't baby it. I don't wash them. I know that sounds gross, but they're really not. They're not gross. Like, they're not like touching my scalp, and I wear them for about a month, and then I usually just get a new set if they start getting a little dingy, because I found if I wash them, they don't really no matter how much I spend on my extensions, I've tried like really expensive ones. I've tried not. These ones I really like, and they're not expensive, and they last really well with heat. But I try just to, kind of like skin, I try to just like not do a lot to it. I try not to wash them. I try not to use a lot of heat on them. I try to just like leave them alone as much as possible. But I sleep in them. They're comfortable. So anyway, that's that on the hair extensions. Next question, has your lady started on cleaning your house regularly? So I hired our cleaning lady, who had cleaned for us in the past, to come help me on bathrooms and floors a few weeks ago, because the kids went back to school, and little miss here, she's just like stage 5 clinger. Like, she loves to be right next to me all the time. And you know, everyone says maybe you've created that monster. Well, it's okay if I did. This is temporary. This is just a stage. If she's a monster, it's okay. But it is hard to get to the cleaning, like on the 3rd floor, the 2nd floor. The 1st floor I can usually get to because she's right there. She can see me. Everything's fine. But what I've been doing is, when she takes her little cat naps, I like sprint, and I like clean toilets, I vacuum, I do everything I can possibly do when she's taking her little cat naps. Because I don't really like leaving her in her crib and letting her cry. Like, I just am not a cry it out mom. I just can't do it. It like hurts my heart. So my cleaning lady did come, and she helped me with bathrooms and floors the other day, and it was so nice. I loved it so much, but it's not like a regular thing I'm planning on doing. I'm planning on just seeing how it goes. Like, if needed, absolutely, I will do it. But I think I just needed her to come and help me do like a hard reset after the summer, with all the kids home all the time for like 3 months. And then now that the kids are in school, I have this time right now to like go live, to like, you know, I have more time in my day that I'm able to do the cleaning like I normally do. So I'm planning on trying to just get back in my routine to do it, and trying to figure out our new normal with my little clingy baby here. She's so cute. She's so clingy. She like loves me so much. Like, loves me. Like most most babies don't love me as much as her. She like adores me. I'm just kidding. But she just really likes to be around me all the time. You know, whatever. She could be our last. So I'm gonna hold her as much as I can. I'm gonna create a little baby monster here. Okay, next question. What happened to your venture with the other mother? I think it was last year you were doing a podcast. So I know you're talking about my friend Chelsea, and she is still doing the business. She's still doing the podcast, I believe. I just couldn't do it anymore. It was too much for me. It was one of those things, like, it was a good thing, but I had to say no to something, because whenever you say yes to something, you say no to something else every single time. And for me, at that time, I could say yes to that. But it got to the point where I was getting like super pregnant with this baby, and I was looking ahead to spring, summer, and it was just really overwhelming to think of me doing like all of this and the newborn stuff, and then also business stuff. And I said, you know what? As much as I loved all of that, I have to say no, because I just can't do it all. And I would love to do it all, but you just can't do it all, even if you want to do it all. So I had to say no, and I had to step back. And but she's still doing amazing, and I'm so proud of her. We're still friends, but I'm not a business friend, because I had to say no to it and focus more on my home, my kids, and that. So and that's where my heart feels like it needs to be right now. So. Let's see, next question. I would love to hear more from Lucas. I know this is not his thing, but he's just too cute when he is on. That's cute. Well, thank you. And I agree. I love when he's on here, but you're right. This is definitely not his thing. But he'll do it for me. I mean, but he's not going to be the one that comes home and is like, hey, I have a great idea for a reel. We should make this reel. Or I have an idea for content. Like, if he said that, I'd probably check his temperature. I'd be like, are you okay? But if I say that, if I say, okay, I want to do an interview with you, can we do this on Sunday? Like, I'll prepare him like days in advance, and he'll say, every single time, he'll say, whatever you want, Mama. I'm like, thank you. So I sit down with him for 3 minutes, and I give him like 3 days in advance notice, and that's kind of how he participates. But I love when he's on here too. And whenever I show him insights, like our social media insights, if I say, look at the times when you're on our page, our insights are like, whoop, everyone loves when you're on our page. So anyway, if he wants to be on our page more, he can be on our page more. If not, that's fine too. I'll just keep doing what I do, right? Let's see, next question. Are you going to get help a little bit when Jenna goes to college? Good question. So Jenna will go to college next year, and we'll just figure it out. I mean, if I need to get help, I'll get help. But I think what we'll do is just figure out our new normal. I think that, that's a year away, and the kids will be a year older. She'll be a year older. You might be taking better naps. You might be like able to be without mommy for like an hour at a time. Yeah, maybe. And Evie will be a little older. Inga will be a little bit older. And everyone will be a little bit more independent. So we'll just cross that bridge when it happens. I've learned that if I think about planning even a year ahead and planning like what it's going to be like or what's going to happen, it's not necessarily wasted thoughts, but it usually will look differently than what I'm planning, So I try, it's on the horizon. I kind of think about it. Of course, we're going to miss Jenna when she's not here, when she's at college, but we're more excited for her. We're not going to, make her feel bad about leaving or say how much, how hard it's going to be without her. Like, I don't want her to think like that. I just want her to go to college and just have just an amazing experience and just do, what she's gonna do and just like start her life on, like spread your wings and fly, and we'll be cheering you on. And I don't want her to feel bad about leaving home because it's gonna be hard without her. We're just gonna figure it out. So next question. So many kids and you look fabulous. Do you work at it or are you naturally thin and healthy? Thank you. I would say that it is a little bit natural. Like, I don't do a whole lot as far as like working out like in a gym after I have a baby. I do nurse, and I think that does take a little bit of the baby weight off. I hold on usually to about 5 pounds or more, 5 to 7 pounds after, like, while I'm still nursing. Like right now I'm still holding on to those 5 to 7 pounds because I'm still nursing. But usually the weight just kind of comes off. So I think it's a little bit of just genetics, but it's also that I drink a lot of water. I eat whenever I'm hungry. I don't usually just munch to munch, I don't eat to eat. I just eat if I'm hungry. And I don't eat meat, but it's not necessarily because like I'm trying to lose weight or anything like that. I just don't like meat. I haven't eaten meat since I was like 8 years old. But I eat a diet that is like heavy in like yogurts. I eat peanut butter, eggs. I eat a lot of apples, vegetables, carrots. I eat a lot of yogurts. I think I said that. Cheese, stuff like that. So it's partly that, I think, and I stay really active. Like if I wasn't on here right now, I'd probably be sitting in a chair nursing her. But if I wasn't doing that, I'd be like running around the house cleaning, and I just move a lot. Like my little ring here tells me that even in my home, like on a slow day, I hit 10,000 steps. So I'm active, doing things just around my house. So let's see, next question. What nationality are you and your husband? I think they're saying where does your family roots come from? So I would say German is kind of what, if you look at like our ancestry, our both of our families have strong German roots, especially mine. My dad's dad was like from Germany. He moved here when I think he was 20. So my dad was like first generation here that was born here, outside of Germany. So I think that's really cool. So German. Let's see, next question. Can you talk about your under eye surgery? I'm going in September for a lower blepharoplasty and I'm nervous. So I got a lower blepharoplasty 2 years ago, I think. And so what that was is, so a lot of people get an upper blepharoplasty where it's the upper eyelid and there's like extra skin and they just go in and take a little snip of that out and put it back together. And it just makes your eyes look more open and more awake. So for me, my upper lids were not the issue, but my lower lids had extra skin. And it's just kind of how I'm made, you know, like my dad has it, I have it. It's just kind of like just extra skin on underneath my eyes. And I felt like it was making me look older than I felt. And so I went in to my favorite plastic surgeon in town, Newman Plastic Surgery, and he took a little bit of skin, like I'm talking like tiny amount of skin out from underneath my eyes, and it healed so well, but it made me look more awake and more like not tired and just refreshed afterwards. And I'm one of those people that, like, I'm not saying go get plastic surgery, but I will never like make someone feel bad about plastic surgery. Like if it makes you feel on the outside how you feel on the inside, then go for it. Like I am not one to say don't get plastic surgery. Like I'm more like go for it. If you want it, go for it. But with that said, I also believe that doing as minimal stuff as possible is I think women are beautiful when they just allow themselves to age gracefully, but also a little bit here and there is fine too. So I don't get fillers. I don't, I have not had a facelift. Some people think I've had a facelift. I've not had a facelift, but I did get a lower blepharoplasty, and every 3 to 4 months or so, I get something called Juvo. It's similar to Botox, but it's like an off-brand, but I think it works just as well, and it's cheaper. And I get a little bit by my eyes, and it just helps me look relaxed and refreshed. So nothing wrong with that, but that's what I do. And don't be nervous. You're going to do great. The person that wrote that said they're nervous. It's going to be amazing. I would say go err on the side of less, because you can always go back for a revision and take more. And I did that. But whenever you first get your blepharoplasty, err on the side of less. Like just take the tiniest amount and let it heal. See if you like it. And then you can always take a little more. And that's actually what I did. I went and I got we're talking like teeny amount out. And then I went back like a year later and got a little bit more taken out. But don't be nervous. You're going to love it. Like I've honestly never heard of somebody getting a blepharoplasty and not liking it. They always love the results. It's just it's an easy office procedure that will make you feel more like awake and rested. It makes you look more rested. Okay, next question. How is your dad, and is your mom getting support? Very sweet question. My dad is just focusing on gaining weight and getting stronger. He has a feeding tube, and I think he has a swallow test coming up where he can try to eat and make sure that he's not like aspirating when he eats, making sure that when he swallows his food that it's actually, going where it needs to go. And then he can maybe start eating through his mouth again instead of just the feeding tube. But right now he's just eating through the feeding tube and trying to gain weight, trying to get his strength back. So that's where he's at. He's kind of staying at, I think he weighs like 120 pounds, which is not very much, but it's better than 111 where he started when he was in the hospital. So he's gaining weight, but it's like very, very slow. And my mom is doing great at being his caregiver, and she does still find time for herself, and that's really important too, like for a caregiver to just be able to do a little bit for themselves and not feel guilty about that. Like my mom still plays pickleball. She still goes out with her friends sometimes. She spends time with her grandkids, and I think that she has a good balance of, you know, helping my dad, but also doing a little bit for herself too. I think she's like handling that healthy. So, but that was a sweet question to ask. So, next question. Let's see. How often are you able to have quality alone time with your spouse? We answered that the other day. We are together every day for several hours. Usually in the evenings, like we'll watch TV together, and of course there's like kids around and stuff, but we're still together. We're still visiting. We still connect. And then the kids go to sleep, and we usually stay up just a little bit longer. And it's just important to us to find that time together, because with kids, no matter if you have like 2 kids or 10 kids, they're going to take all your extra time and space. And so you just have to like be intentional and just say, you know, this is important. This is mommy and daddy time. Like, you know, we're going to visit right now, or, you know, whatever. But it's really important to make time for your spouse. And it's something that even with 10 kids, we still find several hours a day, even with his job as demanding as it is. We still make it a priority to spend time together every day. You getting sleepy? Let's see. Next question. Somebody asked if I would ever come to Italy. We've never thought about going to Italy, but you never know, right? Next question. Did Benny really drive that one day in stories? Yes, he did. We have little country kids here, and they drive early. What they're talking about is one day there was a truck driving down the driveway, and it was Lucas's truck. And I made the comment that the truck was driving really slow, and I thought it was Lucas. You want me to stand up? She wants me to stand up. Okay, we're standing up. And I thought it was Lucas driving down the driveway really slowly. And then it got closer, and I realized that it was Benny. And Benny was driving. It was kind of funny. But he was like just like creeping down the driveway really slowly. And Lucas was in the car with him. So anyway, so Liam actually, when he was little, like he was probably, I don't even know, like 7 maybe. Liam was driving. He could drive tractors. I mean, Norm was right there with him, his grampy Norm. He could drive lawnmowers. Like Liam was extremely high functioning country boy when he was about that age. Next question. Do you want another baby? I get that asked a lot too. I don't necessarily like want another one or not want one. We're just like open to whatever. Like if baby Laura was our final baby, it would be fine. I don't like, there's not like a goal of like more babies. Like some people think with large families, like you're always just trying to have another baby, and that's not really the case. We're just okay with whatever size family we have is kind of where it's at. Like we don't overthink it. We just say, if we have more babies, we have more babies. If we don't have more babies, we don't have more babies. Like it's okay. Either way, we're fine with whatever. Next question. How and when did you meet your husband? I kind of already talked about that, and I promise you I will do another either a live or a special video with our story. Some of you guys haven't heard it yet, and it's a really cool story. It's powerful. We originally met in high school, but we got together after college, and it was after I went through a really hard time with an abusive relationship, and so we got together right at the very end of that. So it's a really cool story. But that is very, very shortly how we got together. When somebody said, are you really tired during the day after housework? Not usually, but around like 2 o'clock, usually like right before the kids come home, I'm always like, oh, I could take a nap right now if I wanted to. But then the kids are home like right then. And usually I get like a second wind right when they hit the door and they come in and they're like, Mom, I'm going to tell you about my day, you know, and here's all my papers. I usually get a second wind, and then I'm not tired. But usually around like 2 or 3, I'm like, if I sit down, I could probably go to sleep right now. I'm not much of a nap person though. Next question. I love how you're so positive about everything. I have no questions. Thank you. I always say, like, in every situation, there's always a positive. Like, you could every single day, like if you're feeling down, you can always find something to be positive about. Like almost like a gratitude journal kind of idea. Like every day there's something to be grateful for. And if you're like, no, there's not, then you can always start with the fact that you're alive, you're breathing. Like that is first thing. Write it down. You can be grateful for that every day. There's so much to be grateful for. Let's see, next question. What time do you go to sleep and wake up? I'm trying to be better at my routine with my children. So our kids, we usually head upstairs around 8 o'clock. Bo goes to bed usually between 8 and 8:30. And then I try to have the other kids in bed by 9. And then according to my ring, it says that I go to bed around 10:30 lately is what it's saying that I usually go to bed about. The older kids, they go to bed around 10, I'd say. They sometimes come and visit with us, and it's a really sweet time. They always like to just kind of come into our room and say hi, tell us about their day one by one. And it's just, I love that time to visit with them. And then we usually go to sleep shortly after that. Let's see, do you have any pool rules? I think we kind of talked about those. Do you ever worry about Bo getting in and out of the house and falling in the pool? I don't worry about that just because of that cover I was telling you about. So the cover, like right now, I'm sorry. Here, let me pat your bottom. I'll pat your bottom. Okay. Our cover right now is like 100% over the pool. And so if he were to go outside, he can literally walk on top of the cover and it's secure. So I don't worry about that. Our pool rules though are like very strict as far as the cover goes and as far as like supervision goes. Like there's like no wiggle room. Like when people are not in the pool, the cover is on every single time. And that when kids are swimming, the adult has to be out there. So those are like the rules that we have to keep everyone safe. Someone said, how old is your dad and mom? So I should know that. My mom is 73, I think, and my dad is 70. No, my mom's 74. She'll be 74 this year, and my dad's 73. Yeah, that's how old they are. Have you ever had snakes on the farm or in the chicken coop? Yes, we actually had a rattlesnake in our yard the other day. Liam killed it, but it was in our yard. I still cannot even believe that. It was so scary. It was just sitting there, but it wasn't like trying to attack anybody, but it was like super scary. We've had copperheads. So yeah, we've had a water moccasin that we've seen. We have a lot of black snakes that are harmless. But yes, snakes are a part of living in the country that we have to just kind of train the kids to be aware of, to stay away from. If they see a snake, they're all told, except for Liam. Liam's like my little snake hunter. But they're told to like stay away from the snakes because he can identify which ones are good snakes and bad snakes. Definitely a rattlesnake is not one that I want on our property. So super scary. How old are you? So today I'm 43, but at the end of this week I'll be 44, which is so crazy. Our birthday week is this week. Lucas's birthday is 2 days before mine. And we always celebrate our birthdays together. We had a birthday party the other day, celebrating together. How cute is she? Aw. Do you sleep train your kids? Kind of. I mean, with her, she kind of just sleeps when she sleeps still. But Bo loves his crib. Like, he's one of my kids that loves sleep. He's always loved sleep. And in his room, there's like no toys. It's no like dressers or anything. It's seriously just a bed in his room. And he actually likes it like that. Sometimes I'm like, do you want to bring a truck in your room? And he's like, nope. He loves just having his bed in his room, and he goes in there usually around 12:30, and he just sleeps, and he'll be up probably around 2:30, probably about 30 more minutes, or 3 o'clock even, and then he's ready for bed again like at 8:30, and he'll sleep all the way until the morning. Around this morning he woke up around 8 o'clock. So I mean, he sleeps really well. And I always say, like, as far as sleep training your kids, some kids are just better sleepers than others, but my advice, if I think of all the kids who have been really good sleepers, a few things we do is keep the room very free of stuff. So there's nothing in there except for a bed. And that way the kids know, like, this is my room for sleeping. Like, this is where I sleep. I don't play. I just sleep in here. And so it kind of trains them, like, you know, to sleep. And then the other thing we do is we have like a routine that we do every single time. We say the same words. Like, I say, you know, we say our little prayer. I tell him I love him. I tell him what we're going to do when he wakes up. And then I turn on his fan and his sound machine, and that's it. And so I think having just a routine helps kids with sleep too. She's out. Maybe now I should lay her down and get stuff done, right? Next question. I'm about to be a mom of 7. Any advice on how you manage it all? I would say just to give yourself grace. There's always an adjustment period, no matter if you have like 3 kids or 10 or 7. Like, every time we add a baby to our family, there's always an adjustment period of getting used to like that new number of kids. And it always feels overwhelming at first. Like, it always feels like, how in the world am I going to do this? Like, how can I have all these kids? And, you know, but then you just get used to your new normal, and then it's like, it doesn't feel overwhelming anymore. So I would say just to focus on the few things that you actually have to get done that day. Like, feed your baby, feed your family, take a shower, you know, like basic things. And then anything else that gets done, like organizing or, you know, scrubbing the floors, that's like extra. But if you have those expectations that you have to, you know, do everything and handle all of it, then you're going to be overwhelmed. So especially at the beginning, I mean, I am the worst at this, so I need to take my own advice, but I'll give the advice even though I don't take it. But ask for help. Like, whenever you have a new baby, people want to help you, and say yes, please help me. Like, please bring a meal, you know, please help me clean whatever, my home, or help me with laundry. Please help me with dishes. Yes, you know, people want to help you when you have a new baby, but we have to be the ones to say yes, you know. And if you're like me, you don't say yes, but you know you probably should. But even if you have other kids that are older, you can always ask them to help. Like, you know, say, can you help me unload the dishwasher? Can you guys help me, I don't know, help me clean your room, you know, whatever it is. Kids are so capable, and chores are not bad. Like, chores teach them responsibility. So have your kids do the maximum that they can do, and that'll help not be overwhelmed when you add a new baby. Let's see, someone said, how is your river where the kids used to swim and fish? So we have a river on our property. It's like a mile away from our house, so we have to drive to it, but it's still on our property. And the kids love to go down there and fish for trout, and it's such a peaceful area. Like, I love going down to the river. That was one thing when we got this property, we like fell in love with the river. And we had a tornado come through last year, and it destroyed our trees down by the river. Like, I've never seen anything like that. Like, I was so thankful that our home was fine. The tornado didn't hurt our home, but it destroyed the trees. We have 160 acres, and it made a path through the river all the way to the front of our property. Just this big strip of destruction. And my husband is still cleaning up from it. It's just unbelievable. I haven't been down to the river in several months, but it still looks like it's destroyed. There's still trees everywhere, but my husband's done so much. He's worked so hard on it, and it looks a lot better than it did a year ago. So it's going to take a long time to get it where it was like a little piece of paradise, you know, but it's still peaceful down there. The kids still like to go down there. But we're going to have to like repair the road that goes down to the river, because going up and down it so much with like tractors and things to try to fix the trees and make it better, it's destroyed the road. So anyway, there's a lot of work, but it's still beautiful down there. It's still peaceful, and it'll look like it used to eventually. And it's weird how a tornado just, it takes what, a minute, 30 seconds, like it takes hardly any time at all to hit the ground and destroy so much that takes years to recover from. Like, it still blows my mind, like God's power of natural disasters. Like, it's unbelievable how much destruction can happen in just a short time with natural disasters. It's just crazy. I'm thankful we have a tornado shelter. Like, during that tornado, we were in the tornado shelter, but we had no idea that we actually had a tornado. We just knew that there was a tornado warning, and we knew that our power just went out and it felt weird outside. And we got in the tornado shelter and we went back to bed. And then in the morning we woke up and we opened the door and we were like, oh my gosh, like, we actually had a tornado. It was an F3 tornado. People are asking that. It was an F3, and they go all the way up to F5. And so if an F3 did that much damage on our property, like, I cannot even imagine people that go through higher tornadoes. It's unbelievable. Anyway, okay, next question. Was your sister ever married, and how many more kids does she want? So my sister is not married right now. She was married a long time ago. Her ex-husband is no longer alive, and she has one daughter, and her daughter is 16, and my sister is single, and she lives in Colorado, and she's very happy. They love where they live. She loves her life. It's funny though that, you know, me with 10 kids and she has one kid, and we have very different lives, but like, we get along so well. Like, I rarely go more than a few days without talking to her. So we're still very close, even though we have very different lives. And she adores my kids. Like, my kids adore her. And her daughter is my kid's only cousin, which is so funny, because with all the kids, they just have one cousin. We always kind of laugh about that. Let's see, next question. A lot of the same questions, asking about groceries. How does Laura do with loud sounds? My son is the same age and he gets startled. They said they got earmuffs. I think she's used to it. We were at the volleyball game yesterday and it was so loud and there was kids everywhere. She was just sleeping. She just sleeps through anything. Like, she actually wakes up more if it's quiet. I think she loves the noise. Okay, I'm gonna answer a few more because I've been on here a really long time. You guys are probably getting bored. Lots of the same questions here. I have a lot of like nice, sweet messages from our followers in the UK, in Australia. It's really cool to see all the different places that follow us. Brazil, Canada, like so many different places, France, Germany. It's so cool. I love that part of social media so much. Let's see. I think a lot of these are the same. A lot of you guys had the same ideas when we were asking questions last week. Lots of questions about, are you having more babies? I don't know. Does Evie still enjoy baking? Yes, Evie loves to cook. Someone said, you are beyond rich with all your babies and husband. Yeah, many blessings. Thank you. Yes, I don't take them for granted at all. I know this. And I thank God every day for my babies and my husband. Somebody asked if I'm still using autoresponders. I do not anymore. I turned those off on my Facebook and Instagram, so there's no more autoresponders on my posts. So I am making a big effort to go in there and respond to people, and it's been so nice. Like, I love that part of social media. I love interacting with you guys, but I do have my AI responder on for DMs. So if you send me a message, you'll notice it'll say AI by the Bradley Bunch. And I do that because a lot of times it's accurate. And so if you guys ask for a link or a code, or if you ask anything, it's very accurate. And so I leave that on, but every once in a while I go in and answer my DMs as well. It's just hard to find the time. So that's why I like these lives, because I can just get on here, answer a lot of the questions, interact with you guys, and have it done in real time. And it just takes just like 30 minutes, an hour max. Today's a longer one, but she's doing great. Let's see. What did you do with all your stuff from your travel trailers? I enjoyed watching you work on them. Some people have been on here a long time. Whenever I used to work on campers, that was so much fun. I still have all my tools and everything. I still have my wallpapers, my fabric and everything. And I loved the work. I loved the creative part. I loved the actual, like figuring it out and making them come to life. Like, I still would do that part. But I just don't have time, or it just doesn't feel like my, it just doesn't feel like what I need to be doing right now with my time. But I loved working on the campers for sure. Someone said they missed my morning check-in visits on Facebook. I still do those. If you're not seeing them, just go to our Bradley Bunch page and watch our stories. I do them every morning. Every single morning I'm on Instagram, Facebook, on stories, and I say good morning and I visit with you guys. So if you're not seeing them, then maybe turn on your notifications, or I don't know. But I still do those every day. For 5 years, I've said good morning every morning for 5 years. It's kind of crazy. All right, one more question, and then I'm going to end and maybe put her down and get some stuff done. We'll see. What product do you use to carry your baby? I use my Hippie Joey wrap. Of course, I'm not using it right now. Right now, I'm using my arms, but sometimes I'll use my Hippie Joey wrap the most, and I can't link it right now because I don't have arms to do so. But I do have a code for it. I think it's Bradley Bunch. hippiejoey.com. I think my code is Bradley Bunch for a discount. Okay, that's all for now. I enjoyed visiting with you guys. I hope you did too. And I will do a live again next week.